as an African American woman, I am in a community of African dance women because I've also been a performing artist and in the dance world. And that community has embraced me. I don't think all artists have such a community that looks for things made by other people from their community. That's not a thing that our country necessarily is good at doing. But I'm in a very small subculture or community that feels that's very important. So I've always, no matter what I have done, whether it's been organic beauty products, anything I put my hand on, the sisters in my little group have always come and supported me.
So we get support by people coming into the gallery that we have here in Saranac Lake. And there are a number of merchants and business people here in town that will display art in their retail spaces, which is helpful. And we help out by participating in community events and doing classes and educational opportunities here at the gallery.
I couldn't do this without my community, and by that I mean not just the community of the town that I live in, but the storytelling community and the greater artistic community, because it's by talking to them and finding out what they're going through that really supports me, and I feel like I'm not alone.
I have my artistic community, which is very supportive in sort of just believing in what I do, and I also have the community of environmentalists that I work with on the projects, and then the community that I interact with when I'm out creating the projects. It's always very interesting to get feedback from people who don't encounter artistic projects in their day-to-day lives.
I think rooting yourself in the community is essential to the work that I do.
My community is my town, my family, and there are opportunities out there for people to show. There are festivals and marketplaces, and the arts councils on the South Fork and North Fork offer many opportunities, and I've been able to take advantage of them.
My friends and my family, that aspect of my community, has been very supportive in that they have looked at my work and responded to it and come to see my studio and come to my open studio party and things like that.
I moved from Huntington to Riverhead 6 years ago, and I'm beginning to find a home here at the East End Arts Council.
There's my neighborhood in Brooklyn, which I love, and just people there, and the inspiration I draw from that. But anytime I'm walking down the street, I see somebody lugging a guitar, an amp, or rolling a bass. It's about just the most wonderful people who are carving out really dynamic, rich lives for themselves without a lot of income, but people who love to support each other, people who love to get inspiration from each other and just play for the love of playing.
I'm lucky enough to have been involved with a number of sort of scenes around New York which were very supportive for me creating my music. And I teach very young children from, beginning from 5 years old up until probably the oldest I have right now is 18.
The community is supportive in the sense that there is a lot of awe and excitement when I talk about what it is that I do. Financially, it is not supportive, and it's quite surprising that many audience members who come once feel that they've seen it and they don't come again.
So in the community that I live, I think it's very supportive. I teach a lot of the kids in the neighborhood. We are working with 2 public schools, and we're going to start with 7 other public high schools this winter. We teach 24 classes a week at our space, so it's over 200 students.
Within the dance world, people are very supportive of each other, although in a certain way we're not, because we're so used to doing everything for no money or little money that we actually often end up exploiting each other. And as a choreographer, I've tried very hard to always pay my dancers.
I find the community doesn't support my work, and I do a lot of work with a local school in Aquabog.
It's almost like moths to a flame, because the light of the creative arts burns very brightly here in terms of performing arts and fine arts, and there are many galleries in town, and there is a very strong arts community here.
Through teaching.
The company's board, the audiences, our students,
the people who are familiar with the arts and who interact with the arts and see the performances and see what we do are incredibly supportive. We have 2 programs that go out into New York City public schools, one where we teach creative thinking and nonverbal communication, not specifically dance, but getting students to think in a more creative way, and that's been hugely successful. Throughout New York State, we do residencies. We did one in Albany last year, and we go in and we teach master classes, and then we do a performance.
I teach locally. I teach photography classes, have-taught photography classes to the public for years.
I think this community is really supportive of my work, even though they don't buy a lot of it. They do appreciate it, and I do a lot of outreach by doing after-school kids classes and adult drawing classes.
I have written grants for several arts organizations, and I have received them. We're doing an art studio tour in June on the North Fork, and I'm supporting myself and other artists with this.
I try to involve people in what I do, people who are not necessarily artists, and I really also enjoy seeing what they think or how they approach art, and maybe I like to show them how to, not show them, but make them feel more comfortable about seeing artwork. And again, I think that's something that I probably is more effective back home again, where there aren't so many artists, and you know, people really need to have that direct interaction with somebody who makes art.
In some ways, I feel obligated to contribute to my community in as many ways possible. I have helped train Girl Scouts and Boy Scouts to go to art museums. I've been sort of a docent, you might say, to take them to exhibitions.
The community has been very supportive in the short period of time that I've lived out here. I give back to the community in that every year I hire 2 photographic interns, and I teach them how to process film and how to print, how to take pictures.
The community is very supportive of our local theater. It is the only year-round professional theater in the Adirondacks, and a lot of people come out to see the work, and I'm very proud of that. Part of its charter is bringing theater to the schools in about a 100-mile radius.
Even though I consider myself a Harlem artist, but basically my community is New York.